Hi everyone, my name's Pip. I'm the Risk Services and Patrol Manager at Sun Peaks Resort, and we're just going to talk a bit about safe practices when using the backcountry. At Sun Peaks, we have a boundary rope around a lot of our resort. Not everywhere, but it really defines where you're leaving the boundary. If you're not prepared for backcountry travel, we always recommend you stay within the boundary. You don't push out unless you really know what you're doing. Anytime you're endeavoring in any sort of mountain activity, you're stepping outside of the boundary, you're kind of taking the risk on yourself. So we really want to make sure you guys know exactly what you're getting into and what it's like. It can be a great time out there, we appreciate that, but the big thing is you really got to know what you're doing and have the right gear. Part of that is making sure you have the right rescue equipment with you. You need to have a transceiver, a shovel, and a probe, always. You need to go with at least 2 people in a group, because if somebody gets in an incident, somebody else needs to be able to help them out. Some of the other things you need to know is what terrain are you going into. The best way you can find this stuff out is by taking an avalanche safety training course, AST1. There are lots of great providers out there all over the country, all around North America. If you go to our website at Sun Peaks, you can find a local provider who can provide this kind of training and information, but actually understanding the terrain, where to get the good knowledge and information is massively important. Another thing that's just really important is knowing the avalanche forecast before you step out in the winter. We have a link to it and some of our signs as we come out here, but we also recommend everybody does their homework the night before, know what the situation is, know what avalanche hazards problems are out there, know the terrain they're getting into and understand that. The way we try to set you up for success here, on top of having the previous training, having the knowledge, having the understanding, which you should go and get yourselves, is we have these gates where we set it up with this information for you. We have a backcountry checklist reminding of the basics. Do you have extra gear? Do you have extra food, water? Do you have a means of communication? A big thing in our area is you don't have cell service outside of the boundary, so relying on your cell phone isn't the way to go. We recommend things like radios, a Garmin type device with an inReach type feature. Doesn't have to be that one, but something with a satellite communication kind of capability. And it's really important to make sure people know you have a plan, where you plan to go, so if you don't check in, they know where to send people to look for you. Another thing we have on here is this is what's called our ATES rating. It's the Avalanche Terrain Exposure Scale. This is a rating of how serious the terrain is in terms of avalanche backcountry risk. We do have some areas of complex terrain, which means there's multiple slop zones which run into similar paths. That can be the best skiing. It can be really, really fun. It's also the most dangerous from an avalanche hazard point of view, so you've really got to know what you're doing getting into that sort of stuff. One other thing we want to talk about at our backcountry gates here and at some other places, we have transceiver checkers. This device here with the green flashing circle on it, I'm wearing my transceiver right now, it is on, and that's why it's giving me that green flashing circle. If your transceiver's not working, it'll give you a red cross, which indicates that it's not on, it's not working, it's reading something's amiss. This doesn't necessarily replace doing your buddy checks as you go out the boundary and checking everybody's gear, but it's just an extra tool we have to make sure you know you got your equipment set up right before you step out into the backcountry. So if you're going out into the backcountry, make sure you got the training, you've got a well-planned trip, make sure you make smart choices, come home safe. If you're coming back through the resort, plan your trip so you return during regular operational hours. As soon as we hit after hours, we have grooming operations on the hill. Winch cats can be extremely dangerous for people. We don't want any conflicts on that side. We want everybody to have a good time, get home safe.